Good morning, everyone. Welcome to SLO City Kids at home. So thankful that you guys are tuning in this morning. Today is our fifth and final week of our Moses series. So it's so important to recap and remember everything we've learned. This has been a long journey so far, over a month long. And so what I want you guys to do is take a moment as a family, pause the video, get out another piece of paper, get out your phone, make a list, write down some things that you remember about Moses' life so far. Ready? Go. Well, Moses' life is awesome, and it has been so cool to get to journey through it together as a SLO City Kids family. And if you guys remember, we started out, and in week 1, we learned about how Moses was placed in the Nile River. He was placed in a basket to escape Pharaoh's and Pharaoh's commands to have all of the firstborn kids killed. But Moses is saved, and he finds himself in Pharaoh's house, and Moses is raised all throughout his childhood and young adult life in Pharaoh's house. But then Moses makes a big mistake, and Moses kills an Egyptian, and he has to run away. He runs away to this land called Midian, and he's living there. But then one day God shows up to him in the burning bush, and he tells Moses, I need you to go back to Egypt, because I'm going to use you to bring the Israelites out of slavery. So Moses is scared, but God says, I'm going to be with you. Don't be afraid. And I'm going to send you with your brother Aaron. And you guys are going to do this together. And so Moses goes back to Egypt, and he goes to Pharaoh. He says, Pharaoh, let our people go. But remember, Pharaoh doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to let them go. And then God sends the 10 plagues. And then after the 10 plagues, Pharaoh finally decides to let Moses and the Israelites go. And like we learned about last week, Moses is leading the Israelites through the wilderness, and then they get to the Red Sea. They have the Red Sea in front of them. They have Pharaoh's army chasing behind them, and they're stuck. But God makes a way, and God parts the Red Sea. The Israelites walk through the Red Sea on dry ground, and then when the Egyptians come in after them, God closes the sea, and God saves the Israelites. And today, we are learning all about what happens after that in the story. It's been a lot. Moses' life is awesome and so cool, and we're going to finish it up today. So we're going to worship, we're going to do our stories of the Bible, and then we're going to go on another adventure with Dino Dave and finally get that Golden Kangaroo. So everybody, stand up on your feet. Let's worship together this morning.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Phil, and I am super excited that I get to sing some songs with you this morning. So we got to stand on up, and this song is kind of a competition to see who can be louder. So kids versus adults, let's see if we can do it. It's Romans 16:19. Here we go. Romans 16:19 says, say, Romans 16:19 says. Okay, so the kids are doing good, but the parents, a little bit more effort. I think we can do better. So I'll give you a second try. Here we go. We need volume and excitement because this is God's word. Romans 16:19. Here we go. Here we go. Romans 16:19 says, Romans 16:19 says, be excellent at what is good, be innocent of evil, be excellent at what is good, be innocent of evil, for the God of peace will soon crush Satan. Yes, God will crush you where underneath your feet. Ha! Okay, now that one was my fault. I should have warned you beforehand, but there's some jumping involved, and depending on how your parents and what they're okay with, you might jump off a chair. I don't know. But we need some height and big stomping of the feet. So now that you know that part's coming, God of peace will soon crush Satan underneath your feet. That's where the jumping occurs. So now we got all the parts of the song. We can do it for real. Romans 16:19 says, Romans 16:19 says, be excellent what is good, be innocent of evil, be excellent. At what is good, be innocent of evil. For the God of peace will soon crush Satan. Yes, God will crush you where underneath your feet. For the God of peace will soon crush Satan. Yes, God will crush you where underneath your feet. Romans 16:19 says. Romans 16:19 says, be excellent. At what is good, be innocent of evil, be excellent. At what is good, be innocent of evil. For the God of peace will soon crush Satan. Yes, God will crush you where underneath your feet. For the God of peace will soon crush Satan. Yes, God will crush you where underneath your feet. Romans 16:19 says. Romans 16:19 says. Romans 16:19 says. Romans 16:19 says.
For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1:7.
Stories of the Bible. Moses in the wilderness. This is Moses, who was an Israelite born in Egypt in a time when Israelite boys were not supposed to live.
Wait, huh?
Moses, however, grew up in the palace of the Pharaoh, the very man who was enslaving the Israelite people. When Moses grew up, he made a big mistake
Oh.
and fled Egypt
Wow.
to live with the Midianites.
Ah.
But God called Moses back to Egypt
Ah.
to deliver his people with the help of his brother Aaron.
Phew.
After God showed his miraculous power in Egypt, he led the Israelites through the Red Sea and towards the Promised Land. They followed God, who showed himself as a cloud by day and fire by night. As God led them through the wilderness, the Israelites became thirsty and hungry. They complained to Moses and Aaron and said, "If only we had died in Egypt."
Huh?
God said to Moses that he would provide for his people.
Hey!
Each morning they awoke and found manna for the day,
What's that?
and each night God gave them meat. The people were still thirsty, and they were mad at Moses, saying, "Did you bring us out here to die of thirst?"
Yeah.
So Moses cried out to God, and God told Moses to strike a rock, and water came flowing out of it for the people to drink. And so the Lord provided for his people's needs. After traveling in the desert for 3 months, they came to Mount Sinai, and God called Moses from the top of the mountain. God spoke to Moses there of the future of his people and reminded him of the miracles of the past. After 3 days, there was thunder and lightning as a thick cloud covered the mountain. The people heard a loud trumpet blast. And Moses led people to the foot of the mountain to meet with God. God told them how his people were to live and how they were to honor him and respect each other. The Israelites had seen for themselves that God had spoken to Moses from heaven. These rules that God told them are called the 10 Commandments. And the Israelites feared God, for his mighty power had brought them out of slavery and provided for them in the desert.
Do you ever complain? You might be home and you might be like, no, I never complain. But your parents are probably sitting right next to you and they're probably like, you know you complain. Why do we complain? Why do we complain to our parents? Why do we complain in life? I think we complain when we forget about the good things that we have. We complain to our parents and we grumble to our parents whenever we forget all of the good things that they've done for us. All the things that they've done for us that we have to be grateful for. And in the story of Moses in Exodus, the Israelites start to complain. The Israelites are out in the wilderness with Moses and they start to get thirsty. They start to get hungry. And they start to ask Moses, Moses, why did you bring us out here? Why did you bring us out into the desert to starve and to be so thirsty? And the Israelites get to the point where they say they would rather be back in Egypt. Time out. You guys remember what it was like for them in Egypt? They were in slavery. They had to work in the hot Egyptian sun. It was terrible. And the Israelites get to the place where they're no longer grateful or thankful for all the things that God has done for them so far. They're no longer grateful for God bringing them out of slavery. They're no longer grateful for God parting the Red Sea for them, and they start to complain. That's pretty lame, right? God has done so much for them. They need to be thankful. They need to praise Him. They need to worship Him. He has done so much for them, but they got to the place where they forgot all the things that God had done for them. And when we forget what God's done for us, when we forget all the good things in our life, all the good things that are around us, we begin to complain. And it's so important to be thankful. It's so important to be grateful. And sure enough, in our story, God hears their complaining, He hears their grumbling, and God provides. God gives them this stuff called manna. He gives them quail at night. He gives them water from the rock. And He always provided for the Israelites' needs. And He took them all the way to the promised land, a place that the Bible describes as a beautiful place, flowing with all of the things that they need. And God was taking them there. And guys, the same thing is true for us. God wants to take us to a beautiful place. God wants to take us to good places in life. That doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy. That doesn't mean that we're not going to go through hard things just like the Israelites did. But it does mean that we can trust God. We can trust that His commands are what's best for us. We can trust that where He's taking us is what's best for us. and we can trust that His way is always the best way. You see, the story of Moses ends, like we saw today, with God giving Moses the 10 Commandments. And He gives him a whole list of other commandments. And these commandments aren't burdensome. They're not supposed to be rules that we have to follow and all these things. But God made us. God knows what's best for us. And God's commands are supposed to give us the best life that we could ever live. And we can trust God and His commands because He wants what's best for us, and He wants to give us the life with Him, a life greater than anything else that the world could ever give us. Did you just walk through the background?
You should have kept going.
No, I did. I just finished. Let's see if you're in it.
What's up, everybody? My name is Caroline, and this is Rewind. You guys know the drill by now. Rewind is a show where we compile the best videos that YouTube has to offer and show them to you, our loyal viewers. Why? Because you're awesome. Need I say more? Now let's get started. Today, we're going to be playing a game called Don't Try This at Home. The object of the game is simple. All I need to do is watch some tutorial videos and then try and copy exactly what they do. Come on, what's the worst thing that could happen? Let's do this. Okay, let's take it from the top. Video number 1. Okay, we're gonna be curling our hair today. Love it. Already curled mine, but we'll do it again. We're gonna take the curling iron. Medium curls. Got it. Uh-huh. I like it. Okay, we're gonna curl it like this. Spin it a little bit. Okay, your hair is starting to smoke. Your hair is starting to smoke. Uh-huh. Her hair just broke off? It just came off of her head? Whoa, I did not expect that to happen at all. I am officially scared now. I will never curl my hair ever again. Okay, all right, let's go to video number 2. We're gonna have this Barbie fly. All right, we can do this. I like it. Put it on there. We're gonna press the button. Well, that didn't work out well. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Oh, no, not the fire, not the fire. Stop. Uh-huh. Just move it around like this. This is the one. Go. That wasn't it. Go, 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 go. Oh. All right, let's play the next video. Video number 3. All right, dude, I got one too. Here we go. Oh,
Our discussion topic.
ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that here. That's why I don't work out. All right, I don't get it. All these people are so bad at doing stuff. I mean, come on, it's not that hard. All you have to do is not get smacked in the face. Okay, let's go to the next video. Video number 4. Right, looks like we're putting some chocolate on a balloon, and we're gonna freeze it, and it'll be a chocolate. Oh, I like it. Okay, that's enough. Why are all of these tutorial videos failed tutorial videos? I don't get it. Let's roll the last video and give it a shot. Video number 5. Okay, so we're gonna take some cinnamon. Looks like some cinnamon tutorial or something. Put it in a spoon. We want a ladle. Okay, we're just gonna put some cinnamon in here. It's a lot of cinnamon. Okay, we're going with a lot of cinnamon. Do you see that? That's so much cinnamon. Oh my. Nope. Oh my goodness. Are you guys trying to kill me? I can't eat all this cinnamon. Do you see her? She's grabbing a burrito. Okay, I don't even know what that last tutorial was for, but it was so funny. I officially dubbed this episode the tutorial fail episode. You know, the internet can be a great place to learn things, but some videos are more helpful than others. Even the best videos, though, aren't nearly as helpful as the teachings in the Bible. Today, we're gonna look at some teachings Moses received directly from God. After leading the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses went up to Mount Sinai to speak with God. Up there, God gave him the 10 Commandments, which would help Moses and the Israelites live in a manner pleasing to God. These special rules prohibited big things like murder and stealing, but they also included everyday commands like telling the truth and honoring your parents. The Israelites had spent their whole lives in slavery, where they were forced to obey whatever the Egyptians told them to do. But now they had their freedom and they had to choose to obey God. They clearly weren't getting off to a very good start. Hearing this story, it can be easy to judge the Israelites, but the truth is, we're often not much better. We doubt God all the time, and this often causes us to disobey His commandments, just like it did with the Israelites. We want to take care of everything ourselves instead of trusting God. We want to get through life on our own strength, but that's not a good way to live. If we rely on ourselves, we become selfish and weak, but following God gives us strength and it saves us from our fears. God gives us rules because He loves us and wants us to live the best lives that we can. Fortunately, God doesn't stop loving us when we break those rules, but He is way smarter than us, and He wants what is best for us. When life becomes difficult or confusing, we don't always know what to do, or we lack the strength to do it, but God's commandments are something we can always look to for advice and support. The teachings in the Bible prepare us for life's challenges and helps us grow closer to God. We don't want to be like the Israelites, always ungrateful and anxious about the future. By obeying God's commandments, our trust in Him will grow, and this will help us follow the special plan that He has for each of our lives. So this week, try to remind yourself of God's commands and do your best to follow them. But remember, even when you mess up, God still loves you. We will never be able to perfectly obey His commandments, but knowing that He loves us even when we sin gives us the freedom to obey and love Him without fear. All right, guys, we're just about done here. Thanks for tuning in to Rewind, and have a great week.
See, Kyle. Carl. Here he is, SLO City Kids.
Dave, don't you even try it. Dave, SLO City Kids, I want to cut you a deal. If you let me go tonight and get this duct tape off my nose, next week I will definitely give you the Golden Kangaroo. Dino Dave, SLO City Kids, meet me here at Laguna Lake next week. Bring the golden boomerang, and it will show you where to go.
Next week, we're going to need to finally use the golden boomerang. I'll see you next week, SLO City Kids. Hello, SLO City Kids. It's great to see you again. Last week was a scary one. We tried to hunt Carl the crocodile at night, but he hunted us. But if you remember, Carl cut us a deal. And Carl told us if we let him go, then he is going to give us the golden kangaroo today. All he told us to do is bring the golden boomerang. So I know you might not trust Carl, but from my past experiences with Carl, he is a trustworthy croc, and so we're going to trust him today. And so here is how this is going to work. Need you to pay attention. So when I throw this boomerang, if you notice, it lands and it's shaped like an arrow. So wherever this boomerang lands, and wherever it points, that is the direction that we need to go to find Carl the crocodile. The golden boomerang is more powerful, more efficient, more honest, more trustworthy than any GPS system you could ever have. So we're going to trust the golden boomerang. Are you ready? Here we go. Alright, come on, SLO City Kids. Alright, SLO City Kids. Alright. The golden boomerang is pointing this way. had a feeling this would happen. And so, Carl usually lives back that way at the lake, but for something as special as this, as receiving the Golden Kangaroo, we might have to climb a bit of a hill. So we're gonna head this way. We're gonna trust the Golden Boomerang. We're gonna see if Carl the Crocodile is up here with the Golden Kangaroo, but there's a trail right back here, and we're gonna take the trail so we don't encounter any critters in the tall grass. So come on, let's go this way. Watch your step. Alright, SLO City Kids, if you look out, you can see the lake over here to our right. Carl lived. That's where Carl lives. But you can see that this isn't that far for a little croc to get, and so we're on the right track. But we've come to a fork in the road, just like last week. So you can kind of see the trail goes up this way. It also goes this way. So we're gonna throw the Golden Boomerang again. And if the Golden Boomerang goes closer to this trail, we're gonna take that trail. If it goes closer to this trail, we're gonna take this trail. I'm gonna throw it right down the middle. We're gonna see where it lands. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. So, the Golden Boomerang has led us to a prime crocodile spot. So, I know you probably think of crocodile spots as water, but if you look right behind us, there are a lot of rocks. And during the day, when Kyle is sleeping, he loves to come lay out on rocks, especially on hot summer days like this, and sunbathe because he's cold-blooded. So, I think we're getting very close to where Carl might be. The Golden Boomerang has led us this far, led us through this entire terrain, and we're almost there. So, I have a feeling we're close. So I need you to not make a peep while we sneak up on Carl, okay? Are you ready? Let's go. Alright, SLO City Kids. Here he is. Now, this week, he's asleep. We're going to be peaceful with Carl. Because Carl cut us a deal. We're going to honor Carl and his deal. So, I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna wake Carl up peacefully from his sleep. And then he's gonna quiz us on the life of Moses. Are you ready? Carl. Carl. Carl, we're here. The Golden Boomerang led us to you. We need you to wake up so we can take our quiz about the life of Moses.
Well done in finding me again this week. I must warn you, SLO City Kids, this week's quiz is not going to be an easy one. You are going to work hard if you want to get the Golden Kangaroo. Here we go. Question number 1. Why did the Israelites complain in the wilderness? Is it A, they were thirsty and hungry, B, they were bored, C, they wanted to play chess, D, they were tired? Question number 2. What kind of food did God give them during the day? Is it A, cereal, B, eggs, C, manna, or D, pasta? Question number 3. What kind of food did God give them at night? Is it A, meat, B, vegetables, C, fruits, or D, grains? Question number 4. Where did the water come from that God provided? Is it A, a cactus, B, a storm, C, a rock, or D, an oasis? Question number 5. What mountain did God give Moses the 10 Commandments on? Is it A, Mount Carmel, B, Mount Everest, C, Mount Hermon, or D, Mount Sinai?
I call the crocodile. We at SLO City Kids got all your questions correct about the life of Moses for 5 weeks in a row. We are tired of your games. We trusted you on your deal. We let you go last week, and we want the Golden Kangaroo. Give us the Golden Kangaroo. Why are you laughing? God, why are you laughing? You cut us a deal. Why are you laughing?
Dino Dave, SLO City Kids. If you want the Golden Kangaroo, it is on top of this hill. But you only have 10 seconds to make it to it, or else it is going to disappear forever. Dino Dave, SLO City Kids, you better run.
The Golden Boomerang and the Golden Kangaroo are finally ours. Well, SLO City Kids, you have done it again. We hunted Carl the crocodile. We've gone all over this lake hunting for him. And this week, we have finally earned the Golden Kangaroo. Well done. You paid attention to the lessons. You've learned all about Moses. And next time, on our next adventure, we are going to use these tools on our next podcast. Until next time.
Listening to some in a call, swimming blindly to throw myself upon your shore. What if I don't find you when I have landed? Would you leave me here to die on your shore stranded? Think I know why the dove howls at the moon. I think I know why the dove howls at the moon. I say, yeah, yeah. Thank